your winner and new InnerGeekdom Champion, the Titan Chance Ellison.
But yeah, I think I have proven myself both against InnerGeekdom competitors here and there and against former champions that I am a force in this league. I'm one of.
I know where his gaps are, and some of those gaps are my strengths.
Nothing's at stake.
Hey, I approach every match. I go 110%. All my opponents.
You must be very afraid.
Fuck you, Robert Parker.
I feel like someone needs to stand up for the little guy.
People fear me. They should. They hate me because I'm the best villain in the league.
This is going to be a battle.
I'm here to win. It's InnerGeekdom. This is my world, my realm, and I'm looking for a quick KO.
Welcome everybody to the Jack of All Trivia InnerGeekdom Division #1 competitors match, or #1 contenders match. Damn it. This is going to be a slobber knocker, guys. I'm so excited for this match. We've been waiting to see these two go at it. Pretty much since one of them joined the league, we were pretty excited to see his rise through the ranks, but also his competitor's a veteran in this league, and you know, he's been close to that championship before, and we'll see if he can pull it off today. But before I introduce our contestants, I'm going to go ahead and introduce my co-hosts today. I'm joined as always by my partner in crime, Kane McMillan. What's up, buddy?
This is a match like you can say that, like you just said, like you wanted to see since the moment one of these competitors joined. I mean, these are like two of our top 3 competitors, and then they're going on to play the champion. So I mean, this makes sense, and I can't wait to see who wins.
Absolutely, yeah. It's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be intense. I'm already sweating. But also joining us today is the host of the Rewind and also the host and creator of Jukebox Trivia, Brooklyn, the Black Lantern Veil. What's up, man? How's it going?
It's going pretty good. You know, over the past couple months, we've had some very classic matchups here at Jack of All Trivia. In wrestling, of course, we had JTH versus Hunter in a very exciting and entertaining wrestling match. We had just recently Chance versus Mark for the TV title. Of course, Jukebox Trivia a couple weeks ago, about a month ago, we had Luca versus Grant in a very impressive Jukebox Trivia match. This will be up there in a classic. A very much so David versus Goliath, the unmovable force meeting the immovable object.
So which would you call the unstoppable force, and which is the immovable object? That's the question.
I mean, the unstoppable force is Robert, and the immovable object is Sandy. Like you can try to take him down, but he just can't.
Just cannot. That's accurate. All right. With that, let's go ahead and send it over to Brooklyn to do some interviews of our contestants before we get this started.
All right, so I'm going to kick it off with a fellow member of the Atomic Nation. That is, of course, the Sandman, Sandy Robinson. Sandy, how are you feeling?
Oh, I'm feeling about as good as a guy who just stepped off the rail in Pamplona when the freaking bulls are coming his way. So I'm excited. I'm nervous. I can't take my hat off any further to the competitor that I'm facing today. Robert's an absolute animal. He knows this stuff. Trust me, I know. I've written questions for some of his matches before, and to see him saw through some of those things makes me nervous. But I've been here for a little while. I've had wins, I've had losses, and I feel confident in my overall knowledge in this thing. So I just can't wait to get going.
Do you think it is because of that experience that you have in the league will give you the edge? Maybe you have a better idea in terms of strategy and what categories to approach, and maybe just guessing strategies, I guess.
Yeah, I spend most of my time watching most of these matches, right? Like you guys and Jack of All Trivia and our matches over in Full Metal Media. And I'm a student, right, of these the competitors that I'm going to face eventually at some point in time. Robert doesn't have a lot of spots that are weak for him. There's a couple, but he's been doing he's been studying, and I'm weak in some areas too, and he knows those as well. Just because I've been around longer doesn't mean that Robert isn't a vet too. He's moved up the ranks quickly and done some really, really great work.
Absolutely. Well, best of luck to you, Sandy. And I'm sure this match will once again be a classic. Moving on to his opponent, he's entered the IG League white hot. That is, of course, the Hobbit, Robert Parker. Robert, how are we doing, man?
I'm doing good. I mean, I am also excited, like Sandy said, but I've been doing these online trivia things for over a year now, and bar none, this is the most nervous I've ever been for a match ever. And that's because Sandy is a great guy. I have a lot of respect for him, both just as a person and also as an InnerGeekdom competitor. He is fantastic. I like to think that I am too. I'm 3-0 in this league, but I also have had some missteps here and there. My match against Steven, you can look at that. I did not do as well there as I did in my previous two. But that being said, if you're here looking for some big grudge match with everybody talking trash the entire time, that's not where you're going to get out of this match. This is a gentleman's match. Sandy and I both have a lot of respect for each other. It was even said on the Rewind a few weeks ago, Sandy and I are potentially the two most well-rounded InnerGeekdom competitors we have. Neither of us really have glaring gaps at all, so it's going to be interesting to see who comes out on top of this one.
For sure. Yeah, you mentioned in your match with Steven that you noticed that there were some flaws maybe in your performances. Even though you had the win, did you take the time to maybe study up on the very minute holes that you would have in your game?
Oh, definitely, yeah. My spring break was this past week from school, and I spent almost all of the last probably week and a half to 2 weeks revisiting InnerGeekdom movies that I've seen before, watching ones that I haven't seen at all, studying, living on IMDb and the online quizzes everywhere, just preparing, because I am very serious. I'm hungry. I'm determined. I'm focused. I want this title. But, man, this is going to be a hard mountain to climb to get there.
All right, so I have one quick question for each of you guys before I get on here. I'm dragging this out a little bit. My first question, and I'm asking the same thing, but to Sandy, why are you going to win this game?
Why I'm going to win this game? The why is Robert mentioned it, not on the post, but in a chat. If I get the right category, and either one of us could win. Why am I going to win? There's no good answer to that. I don't go in thinking that I'm going to win. I don't go in thinking that I'm going to lose. I go in just thinking that I'm going to do the best that I can each and every single time, and hopefully it rolls my way.
Yeah. Robert, the same question. Why are you going to win?
Very, very similar answer to Sandy. I don't really come into matches cocky, or I come in confident in my knowledge, but not cocky in the sense that I'm going to win. I come in confident in my knowledge. I take each question step by step, one at a time until the end of the match. I think that's really been my strategy in all of my InnerGeekdom matches, just taking it slowly, one step at a time, question by question, digging into my knowledge base. And I think that strategy is going to get me the win here today.
Yeah. All right, guys. So as you see, this is definitely going to be a gentleman's match. Definitely a match of class. Now I take it over to Caleb Mashed Potatoes to give us, I guess, the formal introduction.
Awesome. So you heard it there, guys. They're both very respectful. Robert is coming very focused and determined. And Sandy also is feeling pretty confident. He feels like Robert has some weaknesses that he can capitalize on. So this should be a good one. So starting it out, introducing first, representing Team 80s and Full Metal Media. His strengths are Harry Potter, Star Wars, and Marvel. He is our former #1 competitor, Sandy, the Sandman Robinson. And his opponent, representing Alpha Alliance, his strengths are Lord of the Rings, recent releases, and Disney and Pixar, with a record of 3-0. He's our current #1 contender, Robert the Hobbit Parker. Woo! All right, let's do it, guys. Round #1 works like this. You'll get 8 questions from randomly selected categories in the InnerGeekdom. You'll get 15 seconds to answer those questions. Write them down on your whiteboard or piece of paper, what have you. And then when that 15 seconds is up, I will call your name. When your name is called, please show your answer and also verbalize that answer. Correct answers are worth 1 point, and there's no penalty for stealing. Keep in mind you guys have 3 repeats throughout the game and 1 challenge if it should come to that. And there is a bonus question if someone gets a perfect round, which is a huge possibility here. All right, so make sense? Did I miss anything, guys? All right, then let's get it on. Your first question comes in the category of video game movies. In video game movies, what actor played the murderous Nizam, Dastan's uncle and advisor in Prince of Persia, The Sands of Time? A lot of strange names that people probably haven't heard.
Probably not. Kind of wish that I played these games whenever they were out. I know the speed runs are pretty entertaining to watch.
Yeah, it were pretty fun games. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pens are down. Let's go with Sandy first.
Sir Ben Kingsley.
That is correct. And Robert.
The same thing, Ben Kingsley.
Ben Kingsley. They're both pulled it. All right, question number 2 comes in the category of Middle Earth. What is the name of the horse who is given to Aragorn by Éomer in The Two Towers that finds him after he falls over the cliff and brings him back to Edoras? The Hobbit, not wasting any time, finished writing it down before I even finished the question.
Not at all. You ever ride a horse, Caleb?
I have a few times. It was terrifying. I'm a city person. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. All right. Going to Robert first.
Brago.
Brago is correct. And the Sandman.
I got nothing.
Nothing. Ooh. Robert takes an early lead going into question 3. Question 3 is in the MCU. What is the name of Thor and Loki's mother, played by Renee Russo in the Thor films? Kind of wish Renee Russo was my mom. Seems pretty cool.
I feel like there'd be a line of people. You probably have to submit an application or something for that.
Something like that. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens are down. We're going to Sandy first.
Nothing.
Ooh, couldn't pull it. Back to Robert.
Frigga?
Frigga is correct.
Yep. Damn it.
Sounds like a bad word. All right. Question number 4. Question number 4 comes in the category of scores and soundtracks. What song does Mary Jane Watson sing at the beginning of her play in Spider-Man 3? Just rewatched this with my niece and nephew a few days ago when we were up in Minnesota. That was tough to get through. It was tough.
There's. I wish I would have loved to see more of Sandman. Actually,
Repeat the question. Repeat the question.
Okay, we got to repeat. All right. What song does Mary Jane Watson sing at the beginning of her play in Spider-Man 3? Yeah, definitely could have used some more of Thomas Hayden Church and way less of everybody else.
I thought when you said Sandman, I thought you were saying Sandy was in it.
Well, you never know.
Would have vastly improved the movie. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. All right, we're going to Sandy.
Is it? Do you know my name?
Ooh, that's incorrect. And Robert.
It's something like They Say It's Wonderful.
Wow, that's the exact title. That's correct.
I just had They Say, and then I'm like, no, that can't be the full title.
Yeah, They Say It's Wonderful by Irving Berlin. All right, so that's 4 questions. Kane, want to give us a score rundown there?
Yeah, so far the Hobbit really capitalizing on that repeat, making it where he has gone perfect so far with 4 for 4, but Sandy is right behind him with 1 point. But it's anyone's game. We've learned that in past matches.
Absolutely. The second half can make or break somebody here sometimes. So let's see how it goes. I'm gonna throw it over to Brooklyn now to do the second half of round 1.
All right, guys. Question number 5 is going to come in the category of Wizarding World. What year saw the release of Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince? This is actually one of the 2 Harry Potter movies that I haven't seen in completion.
It's a great film, I think.
Yeah,
it's so good. One of the unsung greats of this series, I think. 5,
Yes.
4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, and I believe we're going back to Sandy.
2009.
That is correct. 1 point. Robert.
I had the same thing, 2009.
2009, still perfect.
All right, guys. Question number 6 is going to come in the category of DC movies. These are movies that are not a part of the DC EU. What member of Batman's Rogues Gallery appeared in every film of the Dark Knight trilogy? Probably my favorite Batman villain.
Are you talking the movie character or the comic character?
Both. No, actually, no, just the comics.
5,
Just the comics.
4, 3. Then I would agree with you.
Character
2,
name?
Yes, character name. 1. Pens down.
Repeat.
Oh, repeat. I'm sorry. I didn't hear you.
Yes, repeat.
All right, repeat it then.
Yep. All right. Category DC movies. What member of Batman's Rogues Gallery appeared in every film of the Dark Knight trilogy?
Spelling is kind of.
Yeah, spelling.
That's all right. Yeah, spelling, as long as you can say it right.
Okay. Yeah.
5.
I just horribly messed this up.
3, 2, 1. Pens down, and we're going to Robert.
I messed it up. I said Scarecrow.
That's correct for 1 point. Sandy.
And I said Ra's al Ghul.
Ra's al Ghul is incorrect. He was only in the 1st and 3rd.
Yep.
He was in the 3rd?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or whatever, the hallucination in the prison.
Alrighty, guys. Question number 7 is going to come from a little-known category of Star Wars. Who was the legal owner of R2-D2 and C-3PO before Owen Lars bought them on Tatooine? Have you ever owned a robot before, Caleb?
I mean, do like connects count? Because you could like build them and sort of make them into a robot.
Pretty well, yeah.
Did that a couple of times. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens are down. And I believe we're going back to Robert?
No, Sandy.
Sorry about that. Back to Sandy.
Captain Antilles.
That is correct. And Robert.
Captain Antilles.
She's still perfect. Wow. All right. Going into the final question.
All right, guys. Question number 8, your final one in round 1. It's going to come to the category of Star Trek. What actress played the role of Jayla in Star Trek Beyond? As you guys could probably tell from my previous match, Star Trek, definitely not a strength of mine whatsoever.
Yeah.
Have you watched any since your last match?
Nope, I have not.
Oh.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, pens are down. Let's go to Robert this time.
I don't think I got the spelling, but Sophia Boutella?
Sophia Boutella is correct. For a perfect round, and Sandy.
Sophia Boutella.
Sophia Boutella. All right, that's correct. But Robert got a perfect round, I believe, for the second time in a row, or second match in a row?
Not in a row, but
not in a row. Second match, though.
Amazing.
Perfect round. That's incredible. So I will be giving you a bonus point just for you, Robert.
Not bonus point, but bonus question.
Bonus question. Yeah. Apologies. In the category of mixed bag. Only 2 Marvel movies have won an Oscar. Name both of them.
Have won.
Going 5.
I'm gonna go
4,
Spider-Man 2.
2.
And 1. X-Men Days of Future Past.
Ooh, so close.
Damn it.
Apocalypse.
So close. No, Spider-Man 2 and Big Hero 6.
Oh, duh! Oh, I'm an idiot.
Yep. So unable to capitalize on that perfect round is the Hobbit. But let's hear our score from Kane.
Yeah, with Robert not able to get that perfect round question because everyone forgets Big Hero 6, the score is 8 with Robert, and Sandy is right behind him with 4. So, yep, still anyone's game.
Still definitely anybody's game going into round number 2. And round number 2 works like this. The competitors, while I'm explaining this, Kane will pull up the wheel. And the competitors will be able to spin the wheel. Whatever that lands on will correspond to a category in the Inner Geekdom. If they don't like what they spin the first time, they can get a mulligan and spin again. But they must stick with that second spin. After they've been assigned their category, they will get 4 questions in that category. Each correct answer is worth 2 points, or they can check the multiple choice for 1 point. There's also stealing in this round, so keep on top of that. Be ready to capitalize if there is a miss. And since Robert is in the lead, we will choose whether to spin first or second.
I gotta go first.
He's going first.
All right. The spin is in. And it lands on the MCU.
Yeah, I gotta stay with that.
All right.
Taking it. All right. So Brooklyn is going to give you 4 questions in the category of the MCU.
All right, Robert. Question number 1 in the category of MCU. What musician plays a role as one of the Ravagers in Guardians of the Galaxy and Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2?
What is his name? I gotta go multiple choice.
5.
All right. Multiple choice. Is it A, Ozzy Osbourne, B, Miley Cyrus, C, Alice Cooper, or D, Rob Zombie?
Is it C?
C is incorrect. Sandy, a chance to steal.
Rob Zombie.
Rob Zombie is correct for a steal.
Damn it!
Huge steal there for the Sandman, battling his way back.
Yeah. All right, your next question at MCU. How did Steve know that something was off when he first woke up at the end of Captain America: The First Avenger?
I don't know like the exact thing you're looking for. He woke up and it was like the radio that was playing, and he just like knew from that because it was playing a baseball game.
I believe we can set that, Caleb. Yep. Yeah. That is correct for 2 points.
Okay.
He was listening to a baseball game that he'd actually been to.
Yeah, that was the specific answer that I was looking for. Yeah.
He still said baseball and radio.
Yeah.
Though, so.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
For Robert.
Okay. Question number 3. In Thor Ragnarok, what is the name of the Grandmasters' grumpy right-hand woman?
I have multiple choice.
4.
All right. Is it A, Ruby, B, Topaz, C, Emeralda, or D, Sapphire?
Oh, that's supposed to say Emerald, but yeah.
Oh.
My bad.
This is what I get for only seeing this once. Can you repeat the options?
Sure. Is it A, Ruby, B, Topaz, C, Emerald, or D, Sapphire?
1 or 2. Topaz?
Topaz is correct for 1 point.
Whew, lucky guess there.
All right, your last question in the category of MCU. What X-Men actress appears as a news reporter in Iron Man 2?
You said actress.
Gotta give you 5, 4, 3, 2.
Oh, Aaron Rodgers' girlfriend. It was Olivia Munn.
Olivia Munn is correct for 2 points.
Wow, right at the wire. Nice.
Aaron Rodgers' ex-girlfriend. Sorry, they broke up.
There you go. Wow, so a good round there. He was able. Did give Sandy a steal there in round 2. Kane, what's our score look like?
Yeah, our score after Robert's round 2 is 13-5 after Sandy at least getting that 1 point steal. So Sandy has a big round here. I think we'd be looking at a very close game.
Absolutely, absolutely. So Sandy, it's your turn to spin that wheel. See what you get. Spin is in.
Lands on video games.
Keep it.
You said respin?
Respin.
All right, the final spin is the Lord of the Rings, aka Middle Earth.
All right, I will be giving you your questions in the Lord of the Rings / Middle Earth. Sandy. And I apologize ahead of time. I wrote these with Robert in mind. All right. Your first question in the category of Middle Earth. Who gives the hobbits their swords in the Lord of the Rings, the Fellowship of the Ring?
Do you want a specific answer or just a general?
I want the character's name. We go 5.
Multiple choice.
4. Okay. Is it A, Gandalf, B, Elrond, C, Bilbo, or D, Aragorn?
Aragorn.
That's correct for 1 point. Battling his way back is the Sandman. All right, question number 2 in the category of Middle Earth. What are the walking trees that help defeat the Uruk-hai at Helm's Deep in the extended version of the Two Towers called?
Ents.
That's incorrect. Unfortunately, going to Robert for a chance for a 2-point steal.
Can you give me a repeat?
Yep. What are the name of the talking trees that helped defeat the Uruk-hai at Helm's Deep in the extended version of the Two Towers called?
Help defeat the Uruk-hai. I didn't realize they had a name. I'm just gonna say the Fangorn trees because it was Fangorn Forest.
That's also incorrect. Unfortunately, the correct answer is Huarons.
Huh. I never knew that.
Yep, they're the trees that the Ents herded. The Ents
I think this is a monumental moment. You just stumped the Hobbit.
All right. So, no steal there for the Hobbit. Moving on to question number 3 for Sandy. What Star Wars actor voiced the character Legolas in 1978's animated movie The Lord of the Rings? Directed by Ralph Bakshi. Go 5, 4.
I'll get a repeat.
3. A repeat. Second repeat for Sandy. What Star Wars actor voiced the character Legolas in the 1978 Ralph Bakshi animated movie The Lord of the Rings?
If I miss it, he gets 2. And I think I know it.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Multiple choice.
Multiple choice. All right. Right on the buzzer. Is it A, Kenny Baker, B, Peter Mayhew, C, Anthony Daniels, or D, Mark Hamill?
Well, at least the one that I thought it was is in there, so I'll go D, Mark Hamill.
Ooh, incorrect.
Yep.
Chance for a steal for the Hobbit.
I believe it was Anthony Daniels.
That is correct. For a 1-point steal. Oh boy. All right, question number 4 here for the Sandman. Got to make up some points here. Okay, when Bilbo comes home at the end of The Hobbit, The Battle of Five Armies, what event is going on at his home?
Multiple choice.
All right. Is it A, birthday party, B, a funeral, C, an auction, or D, a dinner party?
C, an auction.
That's correct for 1 point. Keeping it somewhat close here. That's the end of round 2. Kane, how do our scores look after that?
Yeah, after that, we have Robert at 14 points and Sandy at 7 points. So it's really going to come down to how well these players are when it comes to quotes.
That's correct. This will be very interesting to see here. So round number 3 is going to work like this. The competitors will each get 2 quotes from movies in the Inner Geekdom. I will read the quote, and then I will need you to answer the actor, the character, and the movie that quote is from. The actor and character with 1 point. The movie is worth 3 points for a total of 10 points in the round if you hit them all 3.
Both quotes.
Well, yeah, both of them. Yeah, sorry. And the second quote, you will have to hit all 3 of them without any hints. I forgot to say that there are hints in the first quote. You can ask for one of the answers as a hint, but you will sacrifice those points. In the second quote, you'll have to hit all 3, the actor, the character, and the movie, without any hints. And that will then double the score from your first quote. Make sense, guys? All right. So since Robert is in the lead, he will get to choose. Do you want from set 1 or set 2?
Michael, 1 or 2? 2.
Okay, he's going for 2. So that means Sandy will get his quotes from set 1. Yeah,
I
go
just
ahead.
want to clarify that Sandy must at least get 4 points, or he'll be mathematically eliminated.
That's correct. So he's got to hit at least the movie and either the character or the actor. All right, here we go, Sandy. Your first quote is, "See, you don't need to be a superhero to get the girl. The right girl will bring out the hero in you."
No way.
Going 5, 4, 3, 2,
Repeat.
1. Okay, his last repeat. Your quote is, "See, you don't need to be a superhero to get the girl. The right girl will bring out the hero in you."
Sandy also still has those hints, so.
Yep, you can take a hint if you need.
And what hints do I have available?
You can have either a character, an actor, or the movie. If you take the movie, it'll make it where you can't get the 4 points, but if you get the actor or the character, you'll still have the opportunity to get 4 points.
Yep. 5, 4.
I'll get
3.
the character.
The character? You hit the jackpot on this one. The character is Wade Wilson, aka Deadpool.
Okay, so I just have to name the actor in the movie?
Yes.
Ryan Reynolds, Deadpool.
That is correct for 4 points. All right. So we're sticking with Sandy because he's still behind. And you don't have any clues on this one.
No.
Here we go. You must hit all 3. Your second quote is, "According to Ashford, Umbrella knew that they can't contain the infection, so at sunrise this morning, Raccoon City will be completely sanitized."
Okay, so because I got the hint, do I still have to name the character, or do just the?
Well, with this one, you have to.
This one, you
name all
need the
3.
actor, character, and movie.
Okay. All right, so the movie is Resident Evil. The actress is Mila Jovovich, and the character's name is Alice.
And your winner by TKO, Robert the Hobbit Parker. Oh man, so close. Unfortunately, we couldn't pull it out. You had the actor and the character correct. The movie was Resident Evil Apocalypse. Apocalypse. Unfortunately, oh man. But what a match. We had the Robert coming out swinging, and he don't think he missed a question except for his bonus one and one of the steals. It was an impressive performance. Sandy did well also, but just couldn't pull it out with the the crappy spin that he got, unfortunately. Let me go ahead and throw it over to Brooklyn. Get some comments here on this match.
All right, so yeah, I'm going to take it over to Robert. A perfect round is pretty gosh darn impressive. But then to hit the wheel was obviously in your favor when you got MCU. How did you feel about getting MCU? Were you worried that people might have been picking that category too much, and the questions might have been getting deeper?
Yeah, I mean, that category has definitely been hit a lot recently, and I know that especially those questions, because they're such popular movies, those can get deep cut questions really quickly, which is why I debated it for a second, but out of solely the fear of hitting video game movies, I had to stay with it. And I did all right. I didn't do as well as I would have hoped. Sandy got that steal, and when Sandy got that steal, I started getting scared and even more nervous. But I think I did well enough with MCU. Not as well as I maybe should have, but well enough. That's as far as the wheel. Sandy, I don't think had luck on his side when he got Lord of the Rings. you know, I know that there's categories Sandy would have swept and tied it at the end of that round. Like, there's nobody can take anything away that Sandy still had an excellent game today, and he's still in title contention for the InnerGeekdom. That last quote, I would not have gotten any of the three, and you at least knew it was Resident Evil, which I didn't at all.
Yeah. Any words to, I believe, to Chance? He's the next person in line for that coveted championship.
Yeah. So it's going to be Alpha Alliance Civil War. Chance is a great InnerGeekdom competitor. He really is. You look at his run in the tournament, he had a really good run. I think that he lucked out maybe a few times, and I think I'm a little bit more well-rounded than he is, but I'm not going to take him lightly at all. He is a hell of a competitor, and I'm gonna come to play. But you also have to keep in mind that, man, Sandy still has that free-for-all win, and he can just jump right to the head of the line anytime he wants, which that keeps me not just looking forward at Chance, but still looking at Sandy as when he's going to cash that in for whichever league he does.
For sure. We do have to now go to our unfortunate loser, Sandy. Sandy, you were one word away from sending it back to Robert there. How did you feel when Caleb said, "and your winner"?
Listen, you know, I'm a fan of the Resident Evil franchise. I am. It's a guilty pleasure of mine. It's also one of my wife's guilty pleasures. We own all the movies. It was the quote, the way it was set up. It could have been any one of the movies, because I think they mentioned Raccoon City in every single one of them. But the simple fact is that I got beat in that first round. Robert came to play like I knew that he would. I mean, to get a perfect round, and I mean that last question, like the bonus question, was ridiculous. But you know what? Taking nothing away, you know, not only did he do good in round one, he did good in round two. He didn't even have to answer any of his third round questions. And that was because of how well he played. And so I take my hat off to Robert. It's like I said at the beginning, yeah, he's a competitor, and Chance better watch out.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, like in round one, you started off unfortunately 1 for 4, but then you did go 3 for 4 in the second half, which I think was definitely a start in terms of getting back there. But then yeah, round two, that wheel was your enemy, getting Middle Earth. Was that when you had video game movies and you had the option to respin? How many categories were there that you were like, I want to respin, but I don't want like this category here?
You know, not really many. You know, there's a lot of categories on there, but I've been mostly focusing on studying on my real big weaknesses, like scores and soundtracks and release dates and things along those lines. So when I saw the rest of the categories, you know, like Robert himself, I mean, we're both admitted, you know, that we're pretty well rounded in our stuff. So my biggest fault in this one is that I had an opportunity, a small window to rewatch the Hobbit trilogy, and I didn't. And so I got a couple of questions from the Hobbit trilogy, and I'm
gonna be in Minneapolis.
Yeah, it's just, you know, it is just the way it is. On any given day, depending on what the questions are, anybody can go perfect, or you can get absolutely kicked in the can. And today I got kicked in the can, but I'm going to be back. And Robert's right. I got a little bit of something in my back pocket that you know, people better be aware of, because I'm never ever sleeping. I'm always awake.
It's always good to hear, man. Just the possible threat of just adding yourself into any match that you want. Caleb, we heard from our competitors. Now over to you.
Awesome. Yeah, this was a great performance from both of these guys. Definitely, these were an increased difficulty of questions. These guys are arguably two of the best. They said it themselves. They're probably the most well-rounded InnerGeekdom players we have, and I'm including myself and Kane in that. They know way more than should be humanly possible. It was a great match going around. The fact that Sandy pulled Alice and Mila Jovovich was a great guess. Just couldn't pull it out. Oh man, I wish he had though. That would have been so good. It was so close. but this is going to be exciting. And now we've got our Infinity War Celebration Championship match set up against Chance the Titan Ellison and the Robert the Hobbit Parker. This is going to get insane. With that being said, let's go over to Kane. Let's get our final score rundown and his thoughts.
Yeah, the final score was 14-11. So, like, at the end of the day, like, Sandy put up a heck of amount of points. 11 points in some games will actually get you the win.
Yep.
In this scenario, he's playing against Robert, who, for people who don't know at home, Robert has the highest points total in his debut match with 25, and then the second highest points total match with his match against Steven.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he has the two top highest points ever, and those are in 3-round formats, and he actually scored more than any 5-round formats as well. So, I mean, when you say that Robert is a unstoppable force, it's true. Like, the man is a beast. And Sandy, I just want to let you know the website is called wheeldecide.com if you'd like to sue them for the wheel being unfair to you. So I just want to let you know that. But yeah, I thought this match was it was a fun match. And I don't think anyone can ever doubt Sandy. Sandy has proven multiple occasions why he is the best. This man was in the first set of people in the free-for-all and wins it. I mean, to say that he is not... I
believe he was the second competitor introduced.
Yeah. Like, in the process, he beat Robert. So, like, I mean, the man's great. He can go out and use that free-for-all win, and probably in almost any league, and probably win the title. So I just want to point that out there. Like, both these competitors are fantastic, and I don't think this is going to be the last time you'll see either of them in championship contender matches. But yeah, that's it.
Yeah, absolutely. If I was either Robert or Chance, after that match, I'd be looking over my shoulder because never know when the Sandman's going to appear, and it's I'd be afraid. But with that being said, with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and go down the line, do some plugs, and we'll get out of here. So going first to our winner, Robert the Hobbit Parker. Tell people where they can find you should you choose to be found.
Sure, I don't mind being found every once in a while. You can find me on Twitter and Letterboxd at RBRTPRKR98. It's my first and last name, no vowels plus a year. Other than that, make sure you check out all of the rest of all of these other brilliant people who help put this on, and of course Sandy and all of the great things that he does, both as a question writer and as a host over on Full Metal Media.
Absolutely. And with that, Robert kind of gave your plug, Sandy, but go ahead and tell people where they can chat with you, find you, watch the things you do.
And I appreciate that. And I appreciate, Caleb, you mentioned it at the top of things. But you guys can always find me on Facebook, Twitter, and on YouTube at Full Metal Media. You guys can see both me and Robert participating in worldwide movie games, and I still think, Robert, are you still in the tag tournament, Robert? No. But yeah, you can look for Team 80s to move on to another round, and against that guy over there, fellow Canadian. Yeah. So look forward to that match coming up. It's going to be a slobber knocker. But yeah, just tune in to all of these Jack of all trivia, Full Metal Media, Worldwide Movie Games, everything, guys. It's a fun place to be and a great community to be in. So thanks for letting me play.
Absolutely. Anytime, man. Looking forward to seeing what comes next for the Sandman. And with that, throwing it over to my question master / co-host, Brooklyn, the Black Lantern Vale. Talk to the people.
Yeah, you can find me here at Jack of All Trivia on Mondays, running with Jukebox Trivia. We just finished up our playoffs. Of course, Luca Hopalabata taking on Chance Ellison for the title on April 23rd. You can also find me on Saturdays on the Rewind, where we cover all of the matches, plus Showdown shit, and it's kind of a laid-back AMA. And yeah, you can also find me at World Movie Games, where Jeremy and Sandy will be taking me to school. I'm not sure what kind of lesson they'll be teaching, but I'm sure I'll be a smarter person after that match.
All right, get educated a little while you get your ass kicked. And also, my co-question writer, my partner in crime on these things, Kane, stock footage, McMillan. What's up, man? Tell the people where to find you.
Yeah, you can find me at K97, but 97 Roman numerals, so it's XCVII. And just to kind of like bounce off of what Brooklyn was saying with Rewind, strongly recommend watching Rewind today because that promo you saw in the beginning of this video, we're going to be discussing it. We're going to talk more in depth on what a lot of this stuff means and hopefully give you guys some more information with any questions you guys have. But yeah, this is something that the InnerGeekdom guys, Caleb, Tim, and myself have been working on for a couple months now, and we really want to bring you guys a fun product that shows up later on at the end of this month. So check out Rewind. Hopefully we'll go into more discussion about everything, answer all your guys' questions about that. And we have our title match set to go live on the 26th of April, or 27th, I don't even know. But yeah, so hope you guys enjoy that. But yeah, that's all I gotta say.
All right, and finally, I was your host today, your question master, Caleb Mashed Potatoes Hansen. You can find me on Facebook at Caleb H or on Twitter at the Caleb Hansen. I really only retweet Jack of All Trivia stuff, so really just follow Jack of All Trivia on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Like, comment, subscribe, all that crap you're supposed to say at the end of YouTube videos. And yeah, what Kane was saying, we've got the Infinity War celebration coming up. We've got the championship match. We've got a three-way grudge match between the King, Caleb Coho, Mark, the Canadian Nightmare, and RJ, the Red Ranger. It's going to be the biggest shit talk fest ever. It's going to be so much fun. And then on top of that, we've got a new special format, the Infinity Gauntlet, that we'll explain on the Rewind. So be sure to check out that Rewind. It's going to be fun. And with that, I've been your host. As always, that's Sandy. That's Robert. That's Brooklyn. That's stock footage, not mashed potatoes. Peace out.